please enjoy this video of Disneyland while I tell you that about this video. Okay, so this video is a part one. It's part one of a two-part video. And next part two, will be coming out around next week. So make sure to look out for that. And without further ado, on to my number 10. Oh, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. All these roads being built in the 70s. And my number 10 is the Autopia. And yes, the Autopia was based around the highways that they were building in the 70s. And there's a sign there that said Route 55, and Disneyland was opened in 1955. Also, yes, we are starting our list in Tomorrowland. And go through. And fun fact, this ride at most goes 5 miles per hour. So, you thrill riders, this is pretty intense. And there's a lot of trees, and currently, well, that's actually a car from the Junior Autopia, but currently this ride is sponsored by Chevrolet, the same people who sponsored Test Track in Disney World. This isn't a Disney World video, but yeah. So, you'll find that I blank out a lot in this video. Yeah. So, yeah, because some rides I just like them. I don't know why I like them. I just like them. They're good rides. They're good rides. Yeah. So yeah. I'm blanking out. But this was a 1995 opening day attraction, actually. And yeah. I don't necessarily know if this is the newest version. I haven't seen the robot and the bird. And it looks like the ride's about to end. So yeah. But or maybe it's not. Maybe just have a cast member there. Could have thought of that. Yeah. Oh, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. It's, in my opinion, the Tomorrowland song. When everyone says, quickly, sing a song. Tomorrowland. I think, oh, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Shining at the end of every day. Oh, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. And tomorrow is just a dream away. When man has a dream, he follows it with heart and mind. And yeah, this is what I think whenever anyone says, sing a song, Tomorrowland. That's really what my mind comes to. Either that or the Space Mountain one. Kind of made it sound like the Haunted Mansion, but no, it's Space Mountain. Okay. And wouldn't you say this is a pretty good starter to my list? Sorry about the cringe. Sorry about the cringe. Yeah. So, next up on my list, and my number 9 is the only ride that's world famous for being world famous, the world famous Jungle Cruise. And what the Jungle Cruise is actually famous for is its jokes. Because it has a lot of jokes. I like that. I like the jokes. It's a great ride. It's great. It's hilarious. not that much to say on it. It's hilarious. And the scene is the elephant pool, which is the second scene. Where at Disney World, it's like the 8th scene. Because Disney World is different from Disneyland. Disneyland is your land. So yeah. And elephants, elephants. There are lots of elephants. Elephants, elephants. There are lots of elephants. Elephants, elephants. There are lots of elephants. I don't know what scene this is. Oh, this is the monkey scene. It's the 8th scene. I wonder if there's a whole other planet in this scene. If you get that joke. And yes, this is the world famous cruise. I don't have a lot to talk about. Sorry. We have a lot of talks about. There are like certain things I want to talk about that appear later. But yeah. And there is Schweitzer Falls. And there's Schweitzer Falls. The famous falls. And there's the elephants. 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 And these are not audio animatronics because these are just regular hydraulic animatronics. Hydraulic animatronics! Spider-Man. He likes hydraulic animatronics. Yeah, I don't have a lot to talk about. It's not that interesting of a ride, but it's fun. It's very fun. I like the joke. They're like, hey, look, I didn't know that lions play with zebras. Oh, look, the zebra's sleeping. Because the zebras sleep sideways with gashes in their necks. And then that scene was actually not in the ride on opening day. It was not. Sorry, there's a trash truck. It's super loud. But, yeah. There's a hippos. There's a hippo scene. Also, fun fact, there are sensors in the ride. So while it might look like you're about to get sprayed, you'll never actually get sprayed. It's cool. And yeah, and here's the story, because when I went on this ride for the first ever time, a guy was like, don't worry, I speak their language, and then started jumping around, and he said that they said that the tribal people said that there's a big funny weirdo jumping around, and my skipper said, I'd hate to be that guy. And then he said, I think I am that guy. And now for the world famous backside of water. It's the 8th wonder of the world, everyone. The 8th wonder of the world. Which makes it the best wonder of the world. Because it's the 8th. Yeah. I feel good about that. This looks like it's the best section I've ever done. I'm totally just not blinking every 3 seconds. Oof, it's the piranhas. Also, did you know the boats are on a track? The only thing the skipper actually controls is the speed of the boat. And there is a type of snake that starts with a P. Plastic. Yeah. And then there's Trader Sam. He's got a great deal. 2 of his heads for 1 of yours. No matter how you slice it, you come out ahead. And the first time I ever went on that ride, the skipper was really creative because the ride stopped at that spot. So he just made a bunch of jokes. So yeah. And now, on to my number 8, which I'm saying honestly, and you'll find out why once you know what my number 8 is. Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide, or a silly spook may sit by your side. It's green because he has that on, so you can see. And yes, my number 8 is the Haunted Mansion. Also, here's a funny story. So, I was riding the Haunted Mansion, and for the second time ever, which will come up later in this video because this wasn't the only thing that happened, but when we were entering into the stretching room, the cast members said, "Don't be scared, be terrified." And then I told my friend that, and he said that sounds like something that a Tower of Terror cast member would say. But yeah, also the famous line in here, the line from the stretching room, I remember. It's weird, but that is the drag your bodies away from the wall and put them in the dead center. But yeah, if you were ever wondering why it's called the stretching room, well, you'll see. And yeah, and it stretches. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's called the stretching room. It stretches. And here's the stretching. It's starting to stretch. Fun fact, actually, the room doesn't stretch. You actually go down in an elevator. But it's very slight, so you don't feel it, which creates the illusion of the room stretching. Yeah. Also in Disney World, it's not an elevator. The top just stretches up. Yeah. So I really like that one because lightning flashes and you see our ghost host hanging body. It's the happiest place on earth. But I like the picture where you see a snubby guy reading from a paper, and then when it stretches it reveals, oh, he's in his underwear. And then it reveals that he's standing on a piece of dynamite, and then it reveals that the fuse has been lit on the dynamite. It's like a joke, and then a joke, and then a joke, and then a joke. Which I like, and green again. The portraits change. You can't see it that well with the green on. But those buffs are supposed to follow you. But I know how they work, and it gives me a headache. So I'm not going to tell you because it gives me a headache, and I don't want my viewers to have a headache. Because headaches aren't fun. Headaches aren't fun. Yes, that's a fact. Headaches aren't fun. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So, yeah. When you're loading onto the attraction, you enter into your vehicle. Your ride vehicle is called a doom buggy. A doom buggy. They call it a doom buggy. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. I'm gonna get come out to socialize. It's a good song. And by the way, when I go to Disneyland next year, well, this year, the year that this is being released for my birthday, I will have an updated list because I'm going to DCA, and when I went, Pirates of the Caribbean was closed. When I went for the first time in 5 years, which was recently, Pirates of the Caribbean was having its new redhead scene. So yeah, the list will change next year. Yeah. In this first scene, that night, used to have a cast member in it that would jump out and scare people, but they had to take it out because it worked too well, and people started throwing stuff at the knight, like they would throw their purse at him, and yeah, it was a nightmare, and the cast member inside probably got hurt, so they took it out. Also, an animatronic that was in there on opening day, but then got taken out, was the Hatbox Ghost. And coming up, you'll see the Hatbox Ghost because he got added back in 2015. Hooray for the Hatbox Ghost! During Disneyland's 60th anniversary, they brought back the Hatbox Ghost. At Disney World, they never had the Hatbox Ghost, though. And they still don't to this day. Oh, probably changed, but there's Madame Leota. And Madame Leota, also on the 60th anniversary refurbishment, the ball Madame Leota's head was in started floating. So, yeah. 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 Oh, and here's the ballroom scene, and in the ballroom scene you can see there's a ghost playing an organ. That organ was used in the movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The Disney one. I don't know if there was any other one, but yeah, it was used in the Disney 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. Yeah. And now we have the attic scene. And they added back in Constance Hatchaway, who was originally meant to be in the attic, but they didn't add her. She was part of the original story, which I will not get into because this is a G-rated channel and it's pretty PG. Yeah. Sorry for the no talking, I just don't know what to say. Yeah. Sorry I did not film this. This is someone else filming. So, yeah, sorry to this bad, if this bad focus. Oh yeah, also during the graveyard scene, stopped and I got really mad because it took them like 20 minutes to get us out of our vehicles. And on Space Mountain. I was riding Space Mountain. And, I mean, I didn't use a fast pass or anything. I used a fast pass for my second time, but on Space Mountain, my first time on Space Mountain, they were gonna let us go again, and then the ride broke down, and they gave us a fast pass. But that took them like 5 minutes to get us out, but it took them 20 minutes to get us out of this, and we didn't even get a fast pass. What the heck? It's crazy. It's not fair. Also, yeah, I used the fast pass for this, but I didn't for Space Mountain, so... My attempts at comedy are horrible. Sorry, you're about to cringe overload here. I wonder when the hitchhiking ghosts are going to appear. And that's the time when ghosts appear. The hitchhiking ghosts are right here. Hitchhiking ghosts, hitchhiking ghosts. Hitchhiking ghosts. Hitchhiking ghosts will follow you home. They say that a hitchhiking ghost will follow you home. And yeah. And then the ride is over. And now on to the next one on my list, aka known as my number 7. And my number 7 is Star Tours. The adventure continues. So yeah, it's my number 7, and it has randomized ride system, so you don't know what you're gonna get. You could get a scene you could get a scene on Naboo, you could get a scene on Coruscant, you could get the pod racing scene. It's different every time, which makes it so unique, and you get to ride it a bunch of times, and you'll rarely have the same thing. Unless someone in your party jinxes it, and you always get the same thing. There's a very specific YouTuber you have to watch to get that joke. But yeah, so they're going out into space, and R2-D2 is blasting them. And they're going into hyperspace. And Hoth. Hoth is the next one. I know that planet because I'm a Star Wars fan. And yeah, it's the Battle of Hoth. Something I don't get is that this is the Battle of Hoth. See, it's the Battle of Hoth. But then, later on, I've seen this video before, because later on, you get Naboo. They have Naboo, which it doesn't make sense. How we're going from the sequels to the prequels. It's weird. Whoa, they're going through a canyon, and this ride is a motion simulator. So if you get motion sick, don't go on it. So, yeah. Hey, look, there's Yoda. And he's telling us our mission. There's a very loud dumpster truck there. I'm going to close the window so you don't hear all that noise. Okay, there. So Yoda is telling you your mission, and then you blast off into hyperspace. Also, this ride is 3D. I know some people get sick from 3D. Yeah, and oh no, there's a bunch of ships trying to kill you. Yeah. Oh, there's Poe Dameron. I'm pretty sure it's Poe Dameron. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. Oh, but with the Naboo scene, which is happening right now, I think this is Naboo. I'm pretty sure, but they changed it. And I'll tell you what the change part is when it happens. But, oh, there's Jar Jar Binks. Lisa Jar Jar Binks. That's my Jar Jar Binks impression. I don't know if it's good or not. Bam, boom. Da-da-da. There's always a bigger fish. It's a fact. There's always a bigger fish, and that's a fact. He doesn't look that big. Bro, we electrocuted him. Stop falling on the floor. You just got electrocuted. It's not that big. But here's the part where it changed, because in the original, you crashed in here, and that happened. But now that doesn't happen, and it just bumps. You just bump him. He's pretty mad. I think the ride's about to end. How would you recover from that? But yeah. And now on to the next part on my list. They think that everything went fine on the video in the corner. But yeah. So on to the next one on my list. Next up on my list, my number 6 is the wildest ride in the wilderness. Bad impressions will go on during this video, but yeah. So it's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and fun fact, actually, the noise that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad makes was used in Indiana Jones' Adventure in the Temple of Doom. I mean, Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, not Indiana Jones' Adventure. No, it's Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. During the minecart scene, that noise is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This scene was actually modeled after the Rainbow Caverns, which were in the ride before Big Thunder Mountain, which was Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland. And then you go out, and that water is really cool. It splashed me the second time I went on it. And then it goes there, and it's very slow. And then you start going fast. And fun fact, this ride is actually faster than Space Mountain, which is crazy, in my opinion at least. Because Space Mountain feels faster just because it's in the dark. But yeah, you go in the dark at that part. Also because they blow fans in Space Mountain to make it feel like. Also with the lift hills, they have the lift hills because if any train is ahead of another train, they can just stop the lift hill and the train will not collide with another one if it was ahead. If one train was behind or ahead, they could just stop it and no collisions and safety. And they actually had a recent refurbishment of it. Since you can see Star Wars Land construction in the ride right now, when Star Wars Land opens, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I don't really care, but when it opens, I hope you can't see it from Big Thunder Mountain. Oh, this big explosion scene was actually added for the 50th anniversary of Disneyland. And it's boom, boom, bam, bam. In all the other parks, it's an earthquake. But it's an explosion and then this part is actually called the Dinosaur Gap, where you go through the dinosaur, and then you end up in Rainbow Ridge, the town from Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland. And I'm going to split this video into 2 parts because I filmed the second half of this first, and that was like a half an hour, and I don't want an hour-long video. Okay, so that's all for this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!